of Sheikh Amadou Bamba. I have some family members who are Senegalese, and so in doing some research on Senegal, I came across a beautiful black and white photograph of him, and I was struck because in the photograph, he has a very tentative posture. That's how I would describe it, and you don't see his face. It's covered by a white cloth, and I now, having seen the doors, I see it's sort of a replica of this photograph. It's striking, but it's nondescript. And I think that's very telling, because I always ask myself this question for human beings that take up a spiritual path. They might not want to be the center of everybody else's practice. And it just so happens that in Muslim sort of culture, we also don't see images of the Prophet Muhammad. Human beings aren't at the center of our practice. God is at the center of the practice. Human beings are sometimes a vehicle or a tool, or the ones who bring the knowledge or the how-to. And that, when I see the doors, I see Sheikh Amadou Bamba in that very tentative, I'm here and I'm bringing a message, but maybe I don't want to be the center of the practice. I'm leaving it now. I'm going to take off. And the image of Sheikh Ibrahim Fall is so warm. It's interesting, the contrast to me too. I'm struck. The image of him is warm, and he has this very pleasant look on his face. You can see his face. And then the contrast, to this image in white that has the face covered, which for me isn't as welcoming of an image, but sends this message that there's something else to focus on. And I am not drawn to that part of the image. And it's interesting because when I'm looking at the door, I was asking myself the question, so if both doors open, which one would I open and go through? Would it be the right door or the left door? Interestingly enough, I might pick the left door and leave the right door unnamed and just sort of as it is. But I ask myself, like, why is that? I'm also a very visual person, and so that visual cue is important to me. But also I think that there's just this sense of reverence around Sheikh Amadou Bamba. And sometimes when there's reverence around something, you want to leave it sort of pristine and undisturbed.